Hey, this is Tony Muse. I'm back again. We're talking today about finding your push, about your power box, some of the things that I find super important about being a great speed skater. This is one of a number of lessons in order that we've been working on that I don't just do once and say, oh, I'm out of here. I do these lessons every single time I go out to speed skate. This is the repetition. This is the order of things that I do to make sure that I'm in the right body mechanical shape before I skate. Now, to say all of this, a little background. When I first started inline skating, I came from roller skating, and what we used as our example of what we needed to do to go fast is we watched ice skaters, because we thought inline skates looked a lot like ice skates. And so if you watch ice skating, which is such a beautiful sport, you see them, really we call it pushing and gliding. They're pushing and they're gliding, and there's some variations with that. Clap skates have changed things, and obviously the number of inline skaters coming to ice has changed things. But ultimately, the beautiful part of an ice speed skater, especially the long distance guys, is the way that they just can push and glide, push and glide. So building upon what we've been doing today, we've been working on our 2-foot inner push, our 2-foot outer push, our 1-foot inner push, our 1-foot outer push. And now I'm taking you backwards, and we're gonna work on pushing and gliding. And you say, why are we gonna work on pushing and gliding? Well, the very next thing is we're gonna marry all those other things together. But the reason we're gonna push and glide is I wanna make sure that when I skate, that mechanically I'm slowing things down, I'm sitting in a good position, I'm bringing my feet together, I'm pushing it out, letting my hip drive my knee, drive my ankle forward, and then sending my skate that's no longer on the ground on vacation, bringing it around. This is not how I'm going to race, but this is how I'm going to practice the smooth, gliding, rolling motion of skating. So it's the next building block in the other steps that we've taken. So here, I'm gonna be in my good speed skating form, right? I'm gonna let my foot push all the way out. Again, focusing on my back wheel, not my front wheel. When my skate leaves the ground, I'm not gonna take it off the ground because I'll tip over. But as I let it come here, I'm gonna make sure that as it comes back, there's a rotation that's gonna happen with my hip, my knee. And in ice speed skating, it's an interesting thing. They call it the fall. And it's a really cool thing if you get with your buddies and you let them on either side of you and you say, okay, I'm gonna fall and hold me up. That's exactly what this feels like, except for when you're skating, you don't fall down. Instead, that fall turns into inertia and propelling you down the floor. So when I'm here and all my weight's going this way, as I bring this foot around and this way, I'm falling. But instead of falling and hearing that clang sound, I'm gonna put my foot down, and that fall is gonna propel me forward. And that all is generated, not at all by the force of my legs, but just because I fell, my body weight went from this way to that way. And that's really what we're trying to focus on here, is that glide is the result of the fall that we made from changing our body weight from one side to the other. I'm gonna show you what that looks like right now. Typical old standard, you're gonna zigzag a lot here. This is not really how you wanna skate. I'm gonna push, let that foot come around, glide, let it come around. What you're trying to do with this specific step is to let your free leg go on vacation, let your body fall from one side to the other. We're trying not to push so much as we are let it fall through as best we can. That would be more similar to old school skating. But we've now added in the under push when we found our push earlier. So now it's not just about the old pushing, letting it fall, pushing, letting it fall. Now we're gonna add that under push so that our legs are really doing a little bit of work, but more so through your body. You'll notice an outer push as we go. So if you focus on the foot that's on the ground underneath, it's going to push, each foot is gonna push under, out, under, out, under. Then it goes out. It goes out and under, out and under. All the steps that we just did. Again, watch as each foot, first will push under, then it's gonna push out. So as we come back from working on the push and glide, we're really not thinking that that's necessarily the way that we're gonna skate all the time, although it does feel really smooth and it does feel like you're sort of on a skate vacation. But it is a nice way to learn how to let your skates do the work, how to let your body weight do the work. And then we get to add the double push. And thank you, Mr. Chad Hedrick, for introducing us all to this amazing thing that we've been working on with our 2-foot push, our 2-foot outer, 2-foot inner, 1-foot inner, 1-foot outer. I think that we can add those into this little stew of our push and glide, and we can make a double pushing speed skater. We're gonna work on that in the next episode.